Okay, so because either I or you use the word wake or wake up,
Mm-hmm.
or it was in the song
No,
that
I
we were
said was
listening.
talking about
Very
the
simple.
song I was
So
singing.
let me see if we already had this conversation.
Okay.
And that's a note conversation. Someone explained me, or it was on the internet. I've seen that it's some basic, um, I don't know, principles of construction of language. Wherever, like so many teachers I had. So talking about this is the lower part, right? I don't want to make it like, and this is the upper. It's something about this, and then you draw a. So thinking
Upper and
about
lower part of what?
that's what I'm saying,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So you draw this line here at the center
Okay.
and says, talk about consciousness. So you think about lower generates the word sleeping. You understand? In terms of consciousness. So you are asleep. Everything that is in the bottom. This is I know I can tell you the book where this comes from. It's a book about meaning. It explains that like so every concept that is lower, you think it's minus, correct? In metaphorical mind. Here you have maybe that's metaphor we live by, maybe it's another one about meaning. Upper is plus. So lower would be in terms of representations of afterlife. Idea of consciousness, I'm pretty sure it's in there. It is hell, right? I don't like to, don't need to
No,
say,
right.
right? But here you know,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's the paradise version. Paradise, that's paradise. Kind of like that, how it generates. It's all one concept, like the lower, the upper, how it not only generates ideas, oh, wake, right? Because you are upper, awake. No one can see this. If I can't see there, imagine the video, but
I can see it.
I can put the words if I want. Awake, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you think these in terms of things that are just one, right? Just so asleep is here, awake is there. But if you think in terms of gradation, because nothing is just one or the other, there's this idea of gradations, right? Is it recording? So from the state of being when you're asleep, usually you expect, that's now you're transcending just meaning. This is like reality.
Okay.
When you are asleep, you expect to be in the horizontal position, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't write spell. I know how to spell, but it doesn't matter. So when you expect to be awake, what's the position? Vertical. Vertical. So see how things are generated, right? The idea of being awake. And then the gradation, you think you're going, waking up, you're getting up, you're more alive. And, but you think that's the most awake that you can be. It's like just awake. That's the idea of being awake. But there's other levels of wakefulness. You can be more awake. Like if you go to a party, you're more like, how would you represent your state of more awake? Probably with your head going up, right? The idea of define gravity, maybe doing that, the dance, I don't know how. So that's what I'm thinking. It also expressed in behavior, the more awakeful mind state, and it's used in religion, correct? Like people who have, they receive messages or that's used on prophesy. Is that correct? Prophesy. So that's more awake. So that's seen from The Simpsons.
Okay.
Grandpa receiving like a light. That's more awake. And it needs to be represented in some form um, of image. And in terms of head, you see how these things all come together. You go, oh, look how easy they. It's all like you don't need to explain, or you
No,
don't
right.
need to start a trend. That is a thing that basically you can't even escape from this. None of this that I'm saying can be argued unless there is something else that I didn't read that questions all this, right? But that's the whole thing. Like, there's more awakeful states, and remember, the non-colloquial consciousness is the all consciousness. So people in other more awake states, they integrate with other conscious, and it's a thing. How good is this when you are in a place where everyone thinks the same, everyone is the same vibe, and people say vibe, right? Everyone is in the same vibe, right? Like they're in their own little created reality with cooperation, right? Everything is a cooperation. That would be a more awake state. That's why people seek for their awake. So I'm thinking now, just now I'm going beyond what I wanted to. Group, you think of more people. You think of more people, right? Because it's on the episode. Here, you think like, oh, it's terrible to be alone. Who wants to be alone with no one to, right?
Mm-hmm.
To help you. So that would be less so loneliness. But that's when you can think here, right? A lot of people can find the wakeful state in loneliness. By realizations. One of your realizations would be that one realization would be everything is not really what it seems. It's not just about one or all. It's a gradation, right? That's that. But the whole thing I was thinking was this: that when you are more awake, and there are ways of doing that by whatever you do. There's so many ways of being more awake. That wasn't the point. The point was just to show this low. So in terms of words, when you have something like a poetry that is popular, that comes from you think popular is lower parts of society, correct? You already think it will talk about lower parts of the body, right? That is a thing you can see in music. Move your hips. It would be more lower because more always everything that is connected to the floor is more natural, is nature, is animals. Do you understand? Miranda. And that's that. So and things that are more elevated, poetry or music that's more, right? It's new music nowadays. Every music is in a way a higher level of poetry. So you talk about consciousness, things relate to religion, beliefs, and not just about love, right? In a more beautiful way, not just about the sexual expression. So you would say like rap, because you associate rap with lower classes, right? You will have a more raw, but in forms of everything, in all forms, not just about sex, right? In everything, there would be more on the natural category, right? And he would be more elevated. You never have the same. You can have gradations, because from here, people want to express themselves in more elevated ways, but still talking about. You see how nothing is just one thing or the other. You can flip flop because the human mind is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
we're gonna happy St. Patrick's
Day. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about this.
Yeah, me neither.
What are we going to do now?
Watch the finale of RuPaul. UK versus the world.
Versus the world. Come cheers with me.
Yes. Oh.
That's what I was thinking. So, oh my goodness, I thought I can summarize, but that was, I love you. Cheers.
Cheers.